There's so many problems that I see almost every single 2SKO player actually have, including myself. I actually have these problems, but the first step is actually acknowledging the problem. So in this video, I will be giving you 5 problems that I feel like everybody, no matter who is playing this game, should actually fix in order to go into the next level. Without wasting any more time, let's get straight up into it. Now, for the first mistake that I feel like a lot of 2SKO players need to fix because of how frequent it happens is know when to actually break. Now, breaking, there's a few rules you're supposed to follow when it comes to breaking, especially inside this game. You're not supposed to break on lights. You're not supposed to break when an assist call is actually out. I'm not talking about as in they're moving forward, they're still advancing, they're still moving. No, you're not supposed to break when an assist call. Like if the secondary character is on the screen, you're not supposed to break. Now I'm going to be explaining why. On lights, especially on whiff, it is so fast to actually recover on lights to where like sometimes you be like, okay, they're about to press medium, and they don't press medium and you break, they can easily go past the wall bounce, like the first wall bounce, and just tag the character in and they get a full combo on you, which is kind of crazy, right? You don't want to be putting yourself in that situation a lot of the times. So in order to actually avoid that, do not break on lights. You want to break on mediums, break on heavies, because they are way harder to actually recover on, and it's way easier to actually punish them for pressing that button when it comes to breaking, just getting them off of you. Now on the second, but also do not forget the second part of when not to break. Do not break when the secondary character is on the screen. Do not do that at all. It's very reactable to actually tag it to the second character. If you have seen my other previous video, they also do that when it comes to parrying. You're able to tag it to your second character and actually parry, and like it will slow down the animation. It was kind of insane in my opinion. But as I was saying, do not, and I mean do not, break when there's a secondary character on the screen. It's very reactable. Then they can also bypass the wall bounce by tagging in their character, and then hit you with like a good damage and combo. And then from here on out, like you just took mad damage for no reason because you was so just sporadic and you was trying to get out the combo. Do not break on lights, and do not break when it's another character that is on the screen. And for the third reason not to break is if they are doing a motion to where they can block in front of it. I've seen people break when people are jumping up, like for Yasuo combos, when they jumping up to, they're not even about to spike you down yet, they're just jumping up and you're breaking. Do not do that. If they have just a little bit of motion, a little bit of movement, and they're able to block, do not do that. You only want to break on mediums and heavies or special buttons. That's the only way. That's literally the only way. Now for the next problem I feel like people need to fix, and that is when to actually push block. I'm a scary man. I'm gonna be admitted to this. I am a scary man when it comes to this type of game, because these games, not even tag-based games as a whole, this game specifically, my fault, this game specifically is very hard to actually deal with some of these things. Now, when to actually push block, it's the same thing as breaking. You want to push block on a medium and heavy buttons or special buttons because it's very hard to actually recover from some of these things. And then you also don't want to push block and assist. Push block and assist does not do anything. You want to push block the point character. Push block and assist literally does absolutely nothing. But push blocking a character, it makes it to where they have to actually tag into the other character, and that's just a whole different mind game within itself. But do not be push blocking on lights, because if you push block on light, you're like negative 20 something, very high. You're very high in the negatives, which means that most of the time the moves that you're going to throw out, if they're not at a far enough range, you're just going to get cooked for it. So I am a scary man, like I said, when it comes to some of these things, like playing against Alawi in a corner, playing against some things with Teemo. Like some things in this game is very difficult to actually control. Not even just control, like I don't want to control everything in the game, but some things are actually difficult to counterplay. And if they are close to you, they're able to do so much stuff, so much damage, and it is a very scary game when they actually get into their toolkit, and you do not want to be going through all of that. Especially if you push block in the wrong way, your assist is out and then you just get happy birthday, or they're just doing so much damage to your assist and they're putting you in a wayward situation, because now you're forced to actually not even just try, just full-blown attempt to stop them from actually doing something to your assist. You don't want your assist to die and take unnecessary damage. So be mindful when you actually push blocking, and do not push block on anything that starts off with a light. Now for the next problem, I feel like I made a good amount of videos actually talking about this topic, and that is optimizing your combo. Now why is that a problem, you may ask? In this game, especially in tag-based games as a whole, because this is a tag-based game, your whole objective combo wise is to two-touch your opponent. No, I'm not talking about, yo, I'm gonna hit it with a light that does half his health, I'm gonna hit it with a medium does half his health. That is not realistic. Let's be real honest. What I mean by two-touch is, 2 touches is all you need to actually eliminate the character, so that way the other character can come out. Now I'm going to give an example. In this game, especially in this game, when you actually do a good amount of combo damage, or just damage as a whole, or if the combo is actually lasting long or good amount of hits, the break meter would build. Now when it's break meter build, it gives them the opportunity to break out of the next combo. If you do enough damage, you will give them break meter, and then depending on the next hit, if you are very optimal with your combo, it will force the break out of them. Now in retrospect, you probably like, I don't want to give them break meter, they're gonna get it no matter what. But the whole thing is that the next combo that they actually get hit by, if they do not break, they automatically lose that character and they cannot play with that character no more. Now Fury is a dangerous thing, so I know you're probably like, yo, they got break meter, they're gonna get it no matter what, bro. And if they have one more character left with break meter, they're going to get Fury no matter what. But your whole objective is to do enough damage to where even if it's a light, medium, or heavy, do enough damage or get enough bar to where the next hit, no matter where you at on the screen, actually kills. The next hit, no matter if you have to call an assist and swap out, especially in this game, because you can tag in your assist and finish the combo with the assist, no matter what the hit is, you want to be able to two-touch your opponent. No matter if it's a light starter, medium starter, heavy starter, the assist starter, you want to be able to do so much damage that you could possibly two-touch your opponent and move on to the next character. Now for the fourth problem, I feel like a good amount of people don't do this because they are scared of it. Go to the lab. The lab, I mean training mode. Training mode is a good thing inside of every fighting game because it brings you a couple of tiers up when you actually go in there with an objective to fix some of these problems. There's so many things you can fix inside training mode. I made a video on how to actually optimize your time settings to turn on to actually optimize your worth inside of training mode, like the worth that you actually get out of training mode. Now there's a lot of things you can train and practice in the training mode. There's a lot of things you can't, like some, you know what I'm talking about. Some things you can't lab in training mode, but other things you can lab in training mode is like combos, pressure. You can also lab if some of your strings is gapless, if they're not gapless, if they're true, if they're not true. You can also lab opponent strings and opponent things so that we can figure out how to actually outplay certain things, outplay certain situations, to where you can benefit so much against this play style, benefit so much against this character, benefit so much against these sequences. You want to lab and put yourself in different situations to where you can actually avoid that, so your chances of winning have now boosted up enormously because you took the time out of your day, stop being stubborn, and went to training mode. Listen, you can stop playing the game for an hour, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just go to training mode and just figure out your problems, figure out your frame data, figure out this, figure out that. So that way it is way easier. What do you want? A easier time on the game? I feel like a lot of people need to understand that. What do you not want? An easier time on the game? If it's an easy time to actually play the game, but you're winning way more because you are practicing and solving like problems with solutions, like it's way easier. Like I promise you, it's way easier. So if you can lab so many things, take time out of your day to actually lab so many things, because a lot of people need it, including myself. I've been in the lab. I've been in the lab. Now for the last problem, a good amount of the fighting community need to hear this because they be bungee jumping on meat and meat mangling. Stop looking at tier lists, bro. If you want to play a team, play a team. You do not have to play whatever team you actually see when in tournaments. You do not have to play this team or that team. If you have a character and you want to optimize the character, cool, optimize the character to the best pick, word, whatever, what you want to do. But if you have a team already, a team that you really like, two characters that you really like, and you want to just mend them together, all you really have to do is just find out what fuse actually works and just optimize both of them. What fuse actually optimize both of them. But do not be looking around like, huh, yo, you gonna tell me what I need to do with my team? You gonna tell me what team I need to pick? I'm here for it, bro. Bro, pick whatever team you want. I promise y'all, pick whatever team you want. You got to do the second step though. You have to optimize that team with a fuse. Don't be looking at all these other teams and be like, yo, you know what, I'm gonna do this because he said this. Bro, have a brain of your own. Go out, go play the game and have some fun, bro, with your team. Just optimize the team. That's all you have to do, is just optimize the team so that way it can work efficiently with the team and it don't feel like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting beat on right now. Like, you don't have to feel like that if you optimize the team. But don't be changing your team based off somebody else having a tournament win in Africa. Like, bro, like, calm down, bro, calm down, all of that. But that is pretty much it for all the problems that I feel like a lot of 2SKO players really have. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you in the next one, y'all. Peace out.